at this point, I just want to do professor missions and the main story because I don't care about the side missions at all. Well, like, they've honestly been pretty butt cheeks. So, and the motorcycle stuff is just... Oh, no, it's right there. Okay. I thought it was totally gone. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Okay, so like usual, I have to run over to a taxi. Because for some reason, you can't just quick travel from Seiryo High to a location, which would be very nice. Yes, I know I complained about the quick travel stuff, but honestly, I just don't like how slow the travel feels in this game sometimes. Alright. Take taxi, we're gonna go to the commercial district, right? Yokohama 99. Alright, what's...
Yagami.
Oh, great. It's Claw Guy. You were with the Yuma, right?
They say you brought your little posse from Tokyo. You I couldn't trust an outsider.
Posse? Wait, don't tell me you think I'm RK. They're not even close to me. Hey, Testo, you got this all wrong.
Alrighty. This is gonna end about very poorly for Testo, I think. Ow! Holy crap, where did you even come from? Okay. I didn't realize you were Vega. Like climbing on the side of buildings and jumping off them. Interesting. Ow. Now. Okay. Ow. I know. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Come on. There we go. Get rid of all your allies. Ow. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, was not expecting that. Gonna pop that. Let's do some food because I don't need to use anything else right now, really. Okay. Why didn't the thing go off? Okay. There we go. Later, dude. Or not. Oh. More ads. Cool. There we go. I can just do this. Get rid of some of the ads. Want to get rid of the ads. That's all I can say. Hi, Majima Goro 64. How's it going? How you doing? Ow. There we go. I think I actually beat Tussle with that. Oh, nice. I wouldn't mind having a nap, but it is far too early for that. For me, at least. Yes, be afraid. Be very afraid. I'm obviously not actually going to kill you, I guess. Come on. Nope. There we go. Right way to finish the fight. Okay.
Damn it.
Come on, man. Who paid you to jump me this time?
These Kamurocho douchebags show up, strutting around like they own our city. Then I hear some teacher chick gets killed after a break-in. Fuckers. Someone let him into Ijincho, right? Right?
Look, I can see why you're pissed. But you figured coming after me was the answer?
Figured I could at least try beating a few out of you. Office visits ain't my style.
You gotta appreciate that not everyone plays by gang rules, man.
What I don't appreciate is Kamurocho trash. Now why are they here, Yagami?
I'd like to find that out myself. But I'll tell you this much, I'm not your enemy. I was first on the scene of that murder. I knew the woman personally. The culprit is RK's leader, a guy named Soma.
Shit, you serious? Then why is the rest of his crew here with him? A lot of muscle just to ice one lady.
They're after a local handyman, Kawana. You know him?
Yeah, matter of fact, I do. Why they want him so bad?
I'm looking into that now. Which is why they're still after me. Not to mention they stabbed my partner. So the more you get in our way, the slower this'll go.
Gotcha.
You understand then?
How's about I make you the deal of a lifetime? So long as RK's messing around in my city. I don't mind calling you a brother.
Really? Just like that?
Sure, but I get to be Aniki, of course.
You really think this is selling it?
What you're missing here is the Liumong never target a brother. So now, if anyone lays a finger on you, the Liumong's taking their head. Same rule for all the ladies here in Ijincho. Anyone gets fresh, they become fresh meat. You with me on that, brother?
Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to.
Besides, making you a brother is the only way we save face for getting our asses handed to us, you know?
Now the truth comes out.
Anyway, let me know if you get any intel on RK. Especially where that chicken shit Soma might be. Just shoot me a location and it's done. We'll give that teacher her peace. By torturing you to death.
Can I go into the office now? All right. What skill should I purchase? I have everything from there. Everything I can get from there and there. I don't think I can... Can I afford stuff here? Yeah, but I don't really care about those. Let's see here. Let's grab... I guess I'll go for Tiger. Since I don't have... Oh, I can't afford either of those. Okay. I'll go for this then. I'm not sure when I'm going to get a heal, and there might be a boss fight coming up, so might as well eat some food. There we go. Also just wanted to get rid of the red border.
I was just thinking of calling you, Yagami-shi. I heard Kaito-san got stabbed at Siren.
Is that true, Yagami-san? What the hell happened?
Look, I promise I'll fill you in, but right now I really need Tsukumo's help.
With what?
I found a USB drive at Kawana's hideout. It was disguised to look like a lighter. We have to know what's on it.
So, Kaito-san was attacked by that Soma guy too?
Yeah, while we were chasing Kawana, Soma popped up and got him right in the gut. Almost got me too, to be honest.
You're saying one guy almost single-handedly took down the Yagami Detective Agency?
It's true. And right after, I got a call from Kawana's purported relative, who wanted me to hand over the flash drive. Apparently, what's on it will tell us Kawana's true identity and goal.
When I open it, all I see is one data file.
Of what?
It's a video. I'll hit play once you guys are all ready. You good?
Damn, what's on there? I can't take the suspense.
Let's make it full screen.
So did I. Come on, Mitsuru. Quit being a little bitch. I told you to take it in the face. Alright, let's do it over again, okay? Suzuki, make sure you're getting this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really fucking nail him this time.
Smile. Ready when you are.
Hey, get your ass back! Mitsuru! What did I just say about being a bitch? You asked for it. I'm gonna have to punish ya. Punishment! Punishment! Let's hear the punishment song, everybody! Punishment! Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Mitsuru-kun Strip Show! Stop! You little shit, did you just kick me? Huh? Too late to get tough now, Mitsuru. Show us what you got.
Don't struggle now. We want to see. We gotta get this all on camera. Aw, isn't this just the most pathetic sight?
Oh shit, he's pissing himself.
Ew, that's so nasty.
Disgusting. Oh, look at this shit. Get out of here.
These little shits are the worst.
One of them said something about Mitsuru Kusumoto stripping?
Yeah, he was Sawa-sensei's classmate. 13 years ago, he jumped off the roof of Kurokawa Academy.
He's Reiko Kusumoto's son, right? Vice Minister of the Health Ministry? 30 years old and still in a coma. It seems we've stumbled on private video footage of Mitsuru Kusumoto being bullied.
And it was on Kawana-san's secret flash drive? Why would he have this?
I don't know. But his uncle said it's our lead to Kawana's real identity and motivation.
Huh. Just a moment.
Get your ass back!
This frame gives us a good look at the key players' faces. Why don't we try gleaning what we can from it?
Sounds good. Let's dig in.
Hopefully we can find what we need in this video. Seems likely considering it was hidden and sought after. Who hid it though? Also, pretty sure this is who the RK was looking for. This bigger guy's acting like the main bully. I've seen his face before.
If I'm not mistaken, Shinya Kawai was the bully whose name got out to the public.
Yeah. RK was hunting for him in Kamurocho pretty recently, too. I have no doubt the guy in the picture they showed me is the same guy in this video. Once RK came to the conclusion Kawai had been murdered, they came here to Ijincho, hunting down Kawana for whatever reason.
Did Sawa-sensei get mixed up in all this because of Kawai's case? No, I can't see a connection there yet. If we learned more about Kawana or his past, I'm sure I could make some sense out of this. Maybe he was one of the teachers?
What the? This girl recording the bullying on her cell phone.
Someone said her name in the video. Suzuki.
There's another familiar face. So it all comes circling back to her, huh?
Right. This Suzuki girl has a different name now.
Suzuki is just her maiden name. 13 years later, her name changed to... wasn't it Mamiya?
Yui Mamiya, the victim in the Ohara harassment case. Suzuki was her last name before getting married. Sawa-sensei also told me that Mitsuru Kusumoto and Mamiya were classmates 13 years ago.
Yep. So we're looking at Yui Mamiya in high school.
Mamiya-san, huh? What's she like underneath it all?
Originally, word got around that Shinya Kawai was the one bullying Mitsuru Kusumoto. After watching this, though, the truth of the matter doesn't quite line up. There were really about 10 bullies involved at the time, and Yui Mamiya was one of them.
Yeah. If this video got leaked, Mamiya and the other students in it would be in deep shit. They're living out their lives like nothing happened, despite being the ones who drove a kid into a coma. If word got out, they'd be crucified by the public. Their jobs, their families, their lives would all change for the worse. Suspicious.
I take it it's going to be all the people, like all the people that were helping to kill Mikoshiba, or whatever his name was.
This guy's face is familiar somehow.
Oh, I don't think I've seen him.
I don't know him either. Who is he?
I think I remember him. I saw him at the crime scene where Mikoshiba's body was. He was with more Kurokawa grads. He showed his ID to the Kanagawa detective. I think his name was Akaike.
That gives us an interesting perspective, doesn't it? All the people in this bullying video seem to keep popping up around our case.
Yeah, but the real question is, why was Kawana the one with the video? Uh-huh.
Was he one of the students or was he one of the teachers? Despite jumping off his school's roof 13 years ago, Mitsuru Kusumoto's still clinging to life.
I feel bad for Mitsuru-kun. No one helped him, even with everything he was going through.
13 years ago, his mother was still just some nobody working at the Ministry of Health. She seems to have split with her husband and looks after her son on her own now. I don't know all the details, though.
Hey, crazy theory, but what if this husband she left was actually Kawana-san? And maybe he recorded this to secretly check on his son?
No, Kawana doesn't look like he could have a 30-year-old kid. Let's look for other possibilities.
There. I'm so curious who was recording this. 2008, 9/17 must be the date. In school year terms, they probably just finished summer break.
September 17th, 13 years ago. It's past 4 p.m., so this would be after school.
Oh, wait, this is...
Got something?
I just cross-referenced the date Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped. September 17th.
Oh shit.
That can only mean this video was recorded very shortly before his suicide attempt.
So this video captures the crucial instance of bullying that drove Mitsuru Kusumoto to attempt suicide.
The video may have provided some interesting connections, but we still don't have that crucial link. The link being the reason Kawana-san came to possess this, of course.
Right. Kawana's either the one who recorded it himself, or is at least a recipient of the video from the original witness.
Kawana-san and Sawa-sensei knew each other somehow, right? Well then, maybe Sawa-sensei recorded it 13 years ago, and then had Kawana-san look into it, as one of his handyman requests.
It's possible, but it just feels off.
Why's that?
Because of what Siren's owner said to me.
Okay.
You'll understand once you see what's on the lighter. Both Kawana-kun's past and his purpose.
He said we'll know Kawana's true identity once we watch the video. But that hasn't been the case so far.
Yeah. What identity could we draw from a secret recording of some bullies?
Assuming Kawana's in his early 40s, he would have been about 30, 13 years ago. What if he was a school teacher of the students in the video?
In that case, we should consult the yearbook Sugiura she brought back. The one that was in Sawa-sensei's room? You still have yet to look through it.
That's right. Let me go get it.
The way you're talking, I assume you've already taken a peek?
We have, but unfortunately we didn't find Kawana-san's face among the teachers.
This is the page for Mitsuru Kusumoto's class. Both Sawa-sensei and Mamiya are there too.
So the homeroom teacher was... this guy.
Apparently he witnessed bullies harassing Mitsuru multiple times, yet he would overlook it. All he did was smile and tell them not to overdo it.
It's not Kawana. This is someone else.
We checked the rest of the teachers too, but never spotted Kawana-san.
Mitsuru Kusumoto. This picture doesn't look like it was shot for a yearbook.
Correct. He was most likely already in a coma when photo time rolled around.
Sawa-sensei isn't smiling at all in this.
Huh. She did mention she blew off her class reunion. In fact, she hadn't kept in touch with her classmates at all.
No surprise there. Mitsuru-kun would be bound to come up at some point.
This is Yui Suzuki. She's definitely one of the girls in the video.
Yet another classmate involved with Mitsuru Kusumoto.
Seems like a bunch of the students on this page were in the video, huh?
Yeah, but I can't find Shinya Kawai in here.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. He's not in there.
If I'm not mistaken, Kawai left the school once he started catching flack for being Mitsuru-kun's bully. At least, that's what I read online. No real evidence yet, but it definitely sounds like how it would have played out.
But the truth is, there were more bullies who should have seen consequences besides Kawai.
They kept saying that people were smiling, but I like being forced to smile, but I see no one smiling. Except for maybe this person. And
Suspicious.
her. Awful. Awful person. The homeroom teacher at the time just looked the other way, telling them not to overdo it. I know that's thanks to Sawa-sensei. I feel like there might be another teacher involved that wasn't put into the yearbook.
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it. But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job.
Hold on. If he was dismissed...
You figure something out?
The homeroom teacher at the time of the incident did take some flack. He got forced out of teaching.
Yeah? What of it?
If that's the case, couldn't this teacher in the yearbook just be filling in for the other one?
I see. That definitely sounds likely. Let me search for the original teacher's name. There's a chance he won't be the same guy in the yearbook. Just give me a sec.
It's definitely going to be Kawana. He's probably feeling regretful for not stopping what happened, and it might be why Mamiya is now working with Ahara, because she feels bad. Granted, I don't know how bad she feels considering she's one of the few people smiling.
Yagamishi, I found it. The name of Mitsuru Kusumoto's former homeroom teacher. You were right. It wasn't the same teacher in the yearbook. This one's name is Yu Kitakata.
Kitakata?
Huh? Don't tell me that's...
His real name's Kitakata. Ring any bells?
That's Kawana's real name. Soma said it to me once.
So, Kawana-san was the original homeroom teacher?
I just found a picture. This is Kitakata-sensei from 13 years ago.
It's Kawana.
That's him, all right.
Yeah. Not only that, Sawa-sensei was part of this class, which makes Kawana her homeroom teacher too. This is the link we've been looking for.
Everything is clicked into place. Kawana-san was the linchpin of this case.
So, 13 years ago, Yu Kitakata left teaching behind after Mitsuru-kun's incident, and became Kawana the handyman. That's what made him turn to his uncle at Siren for help. He told me Kawana tried really hard to make it in the underground. Had some good reason for it.
For living a life in the shadows? What could that have been?
To get revenge on the bullies. Maybe Kawana blames the fact that he had to quit teaching on the bullies who caused it to happen. Then, maybe all his hatred got aimed at Shinya Kawai?
Possible. He was abducted 5 years ago by individuals thought to be his acquaintances.
You think one of them was Kawana-san?
I wouldn't rule it out. RK might have learned of Kawana's involvement while searching for Kawai. Maybe they came to Ijincho so they could get details on the incident from him?
Yes, that would explain RK's arrival in town as well.
Hold up. Individuals who were his acquaintances? Meaning more people besides Kawana-san, right? Could that mean...
You got it.
Evidence that he knew why. Yearbook, right? This?
We already know this.
Oh. The students in the video?
Individuals acquainted with Kawai. They certainly fit the bill.
But why would they wind up abducting him?
Huh. Maybe Kawana asked for their help? No. He forced them to.
What makes you say that?
Well, Kawana had this on a secret flash drive, right? But to anyone in this video, it would be their worst nightmare for it to show up now. If it did, they'd be busted as bullies who drove a high school kid to suicide.
Yep, it'd be a real disaster for them if that got out. They'd probably be done for in the public eye.
Which means this video is Kawana's leverage. It's how he got them to go after Kawai.
You think this is enough leverage to drive people to murder, though? Kawai was killed, right?
RK is the only one saying Kawai was murdered. No body's been recovered yet either.
Okay, hang on. I'm barely keeping up with this.
Yeah, it's a bunch of what-ifs stacked on top of each other. But there is somebody who could potentially confirm this.
Who'd that be?
Someone in the video. Mamiya, for example. I've met with her at her home. If she was involved with Kawai's abduction, she could probably tell us what we want to know.
I agree. Yagamishi's provided a working theory that ties together the Kamurocho and Ijincho incidents. So if we can get Yui Mamiya to corroborate this, we should be able to extract even more information from her. Perhaps even including Kawana-san's whereabouts.
Yeah. Looks like he hasn't given us the slip just yet.
Man, what the hell is that guy's deal?
Mikoshiba and Sawa-sensei's murders, Ihara's alibi, Kawai's disappearance. Kawana's most likely tied to everything. We'll get all the answers we need if we can find him.
And I guess this is bringing us that much closer?
Hopefully. I should go see Yui Mamiya tomorrow.
You should accompany him, Sugiura-shi. Considering we seem to be kicking the investigation into high gear. With Kaito-san out of commission, I'm sure Yagami-shi could use a helping hand. I'll be fine right here.
Your call, Tsukumo-kun. I'm cool with whatever.
Thanks for lending him out, Tsukumo. I'll make sure he comes back in one piece.
Hey, don't underestimate him as a party member. He can hold his own if you let him.
Is it still nighttime? Yes. Okay. So just rest up on the couch. Is that going to kick me into a bunch of cutscenes? I kind of hope not.
You know how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you're dying? That shit's real talk.
Saw it all, huh?
Yeah. There I am, bleeding out. And suddenly I'm getting the 3rd degree from Matsugane-san. Back when I was still just a rookie. Captain Hamura stares me down like, time to lose that pinky. And then, Higashi starts crying for me. Oh, if I'm gonna go, I ought to get a better final scene than that shit, right? Right?
I'm sure it'll be rosier when the time comes for real. Glad you pulled through, man.
That bastard Soma, though. Next time, he's fucked. We could have avenged Sawa-sensei if it weren't for that stupid ambush.
Well, you didn't tell the cops about him, did you?
Had to give the cops a statement, so I did. With a generous side of bullshit.
That'll get you busted, you know.
I'm joking. All I said was the truth. That I got knifed by the same twisted fuck who got Sawa-sensei.
In that case, it's only a matter of time until Soma's arrested. So for now, we'll go after Kuwana, the piece that ties it all together. We just have to find him before RK does.
Kuwana, huh? He's on my shit list too, just so you know.
Huh?
Kuwana must have had some sort of agenda back when he first met us. In fact, it's probably because you were looking into Mikoshiba. He palled around with me all because of that. I'm just the sucker of the agency, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Still. The moment an ass for me to kick turns up, this is the shape I'm in.
Just focus on getting better. Tsukumo will stop by later, too.
What? Sugiura gonna give me the cold shoulder?
He and I are off to question Mamiya. He said he'd drive us from Ijincho and everything.
I should head back to Yokohama 99. I'm sure Sugiura has a car ready by now. Oh, can I do the professor stuff? Can I continue that now? Ooh. Let's actually go see if I can continue the professor stuff. That'd be nice. Let's see here. Seiryo, hi. Because I really want to finish that. I definitely want to finish that. I've invested so much time and been miserable with so many of the classes because side missions because they just had really dumb freaking what do you call them? They had awful freaking minigames associated with them at times. Like the biker game was terrible. Okay, can we continue?
Yagami-san.
Ready, Yagami-san? From here on, the school stories will commence the truth. Once this starts, everything else will be put on hold until you clear it. Proceed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to go. Well then, let's look back on each incident the MRC's investigated so we can hopefully gain a better perspective. Oh god, wrong.
What the?
In the dance club, Maika Takanashi got into her sugar baby gigs through the professor's message board. This was what led us to discovering the actual site on the dark web. Students post on the site by using an exclusive browser and register by using their student IDs.
In other words,
As such, we've come to the conclusion that the professor has a very advanced knowledge of computer networking and programming.
Yeah.
That, or he's got someone on his crew with the knowledge.
now that you mention it,
As for Takanashi-san's motive for becoming a sugar baby, that was a rather unexpected development.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person who Takanashi went through all the effort for was Itakura. Kotoko Itakura. Last semester, Itakura was the chairman of the Cultural Festival Committee. Takanashi was a member of that committee too.
But
The other members got sick of Itakura's poor attitude and eventually began ignoring her. By the end of it, everyone had turned their backs on her.
yes.
That had to have been rough. At any rate, the result was a colossal failure of a culture festival, and Itakura-san hasn't been seen in class ever since. Thus, the identity of the Dance Club Sugar Baby was revealed, but the case didn't end there. Someone by the username of Dancing Bunny posted a request for a physical assault of Norizuki-san, captain of a rival dance troupe. And the person who requested the hit turned out to be a bit of a surprise to us.
Yeah.
The true identity of the poster who requested the attack on Yurie Norizuki is the teacher. It was the dance club advisor Kamikato. He used Nishizono's Dancing Buddy account to make the request. Except, according to Sakikiba, the professor actually never granted the request, despite the generous offer from Kamikato. What we can deduce from this is that the professor's motive behind his machinations are not actually monetary in nature. That does make me wonder what the professor's criteria is for selecting posts. I think it really goes back to the cultural festival stuff. The people who turned that back on Itakura, she was trying to turn them into delinquents or something to discredit them. The leader of Made in Heaven, Yuma Suo. He went from the disciplinary committee to a biker gang practically overnight.
Yes.
It turned out that Suo-kun's mother had forbade him from participating in motocross, so he was doing what he could to suppress that desire of his while still having an outlet for it. Right, and the professor picked up on that jealousy, so he exploited it. By manipulating Suo through certain means. This maybe? This is how the professor got to Suo.
What?
With that? I don't quite understand. I can see why. Sorry, let me take another crack at it.
What?
Okay, definitely wrong. Oh, here we go. Apparently, he was tipped off by a letter found in the committee's suggestion box from a Professor M. Pretty safe to say that was the professor. This was supported by the fact that the letter was dropped off directly in the committee's suggestion box. Since it's located on campus, I find it highly likely that the professor attends or works at our school. We mustn't forget, though, there was one more key figure in this case. An individual connected to the Neo Keihin gang. Yeah, and that would be the person connected to the Neo Keihin gang. Was it Dan? Dan Murasaki, aka Ghost. He's the younger brother of the legendary gang founder Reiji Murasaki. Dan's goal was to rise to the top of the Ijincho underworld so he could step out from his brother's shadow and make a name for himself. Koka, the Neo Keihin gang's leader, took notice of him and used his ambition for their own gain. They were trying to make up for their lack of heavy hitters by making Dan Murasaki the rep of Made in Heaven and recruiting him to the Neo Keihin gang.
Now that you mention it.
This Koka really must have wanted to win the professor's favor, given how he thought of this as a sort of offering to the professor. The Robotics Club. I nosed around there after reports of robot cut purses in the city. As a result, we discovered that the thieving robot's designer was Furumazaki-kun. To be honest, I had suspected Otogawa-kun. It's a shame I misjudged the truth. Luckily, we were able to get our hands on something juicy at that lab. A key piece of evidence that points towards the professor's motive behind instigating all his criminal behavior. Well, we found the thief bot. Piece of evidence? Maybe this? That would be the copies of the email correspondence with the professor, which we found on the lab's laptop. The professor was explicitly plotting with the Neo-Keihin gang to turn Kurumazaki-kun and 7 other specific students to the wrong side of the law.
In other words,
So 8 students in total. We still don't know why he chose them. But I believe finding that out will be the key to discovering the professor's identity.
Hey.
Emily S. Mochizuki, popular employee of the girls' bar Girls Bites. Kizuna Ashihira, a third year at Seiryo, lied about his age and frequently visited her along with members of the Neo-Keihin gang. Ashihara-kun supposedly joined the Neo-Keihin gang thanks to his senpai.
Yeah.
That was a unique part of this case. Ashihira had no contact whatsoever with the professor.
Wait a minute.
In other words, he wasn't one of the professor's targets for delinquency. However, Ashihira-kun happened to overhear some key info about the professor while he was at the Neo-Keihin gang's hideout. Yeah, when Koga hung up after a certain phone call, he muttered something to himself. That brat, supposedly, that's what Ashihira heard Koga say. The fact that he said brat must mean the professor's quite younger than Koga. He's most likely around 40, so we can expect the professor to be in his teens, maybe early 20s. Kohaku Hayakawa, a female student in the board game club, she started going to an underground casino here in town looking for thrills. Since minors aren't usually allowed in casinos, Hayakawa got access by borrowing her brother's membership card. She even impersonated her brother whenever she went to gamble. In the end, though, we learned she had nothing to do with the professor.
excuse me.
Since her case won't contribute anything to her work on the professor, I'll go ahead and exclude it from our list.
Hey.
Genya Sonbomatsu, the head of the Seiryo High Esports Club. He cheated in competitions with a tool-assisted joystick.
Yes.
He seems to have acquired the program in his joystick from the professor, and it's apparently too advanced for any normal high school student to have developed it.
In other words,
Which would mean the professor has unusually high technical skills. Kanto Hikawa, former president of the photography club. He'd been blackmailing Sega-sensei to save up for his college tuition. Thanks to the professor's website, Hikawa found out Sega-sensei was having an affair. The professor supposedly reached out to Hikawa-kun to make first contact rather than vice versa.
in other words,
Which means Hikawa was one of the professor's targets. Shinosuke Shikishima, leader of the Ijincho Hounds, a local skateboarding community. He's also the culprit responsible for drawing the graffiti art that suddenly appeared on the walls of Seiryo. The professor just so happened to be the motif of that graffiti.
yeah.
Shikishima received a direct request from the professor via the website's private messaging system. That was what led him to tag the school. Graffiti's the perfect blend of crime and art. Where's the... Oh, that's confusing, apparently. The Todoroki boxing gym. This is the payback boxer case. Some masked kid kept picking fights with martial arts experts and other rough and tumble types out on the streets. And in the end, we figured out who he really was. It was Kinya Oshikiri. He's a former Critical member who turned out to be the wonderkind of Todoroki's gym. In fact, we even have evidence of Oshikiri's motive. Oshikiri only entered the Genbukai to try and overcome his fear of his father, Fudo. Problem is, he found out that all his fights were fixed in his favor. His champion status was a setup for the showrunners to line their pockets.
In other words,
And he learned it from the professor, who sent him all the evidence he needed to see the truth for himself.
Which means...
Which leads us to the question, why would the professor reveal his own hand like that?
In other words...
Had this news of match-fixing leaked to the public, people would stop betting. The Genbukai racket would be done for. We can at least assume that money is not the motive.
if I have this right,
Looks like the professor's motive is a major key to solving this case. Alright, we've gone through all the information we have so far. The biggest thing we still don't know is the professor's motive behind selecting those 8 specific students to lead astray.
yeah.
Out of the 8, we know one person for absolute certain, Kurumazaki-kun in the robotics club.
Yes.
Correct. Now, if we include the 6 individuals who we know were directly approached by the professor,
In other words...
we're up to 7. One person left.
Which means...
The Stigmatization theory is correct. There should be one student remaining who was led astray by the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, who could it be? Maybe the student's actually been involved in illegal activity this whole time? Or we just haven't caught wind of it yet?
Yes.
Perhaps you're right. We must figure out who this last individual is as soon as possible. From Kento?
Kento.
Hello, what is it, Kento? Oh, sis, thank God. Where are you right now? At HQ with Yagami-san. Yagami-san's with you? Perfect. I'm actually at the pulpo in front of the station right now, and I've got a bit of a situation.
Hey.
What's wrong? Well, hey, you little bastard. Ah, crap. Kento? Sorry, call you right back.
Hey.
What? What? What was that? Everything all right?
No.
I'm not sure, but it sounds like Kento's in some kind of trouble. That's not good. Where is he? He said he's at the pulpo in front of the station. Come on, let's go. Oh, okay. Oh, is he going to be like a thief or something? He's stealing from pulpo stores or some such? Because I really feel like it's Itakura and she's getting payback for the cultural festival stuff. Because all of the committee members acted high and mighty and kind of left her in the wind at the end. And so she got blamed for it all, and they were seen as needing sympathy from the other students. That's what I'm kind of figuring on that. Which pulpo is it? There. Okay. Going the wrong way. Wait, I can't get on the skateboard? Lame! Yes, we're gonna run out in traffic. That's what we're going to do. Because I want to avoid fights if I can. Oh yeah. Oh no. There you don't. Later, dude. Stop blocking! Come on! Alright, I'll just grab you then.
What a waste.
At least Amsel is fine. Yes, that way. Don't hit me, please. Oh, come on! No! Okay.
Yagami-san.
Oh, that's the click inside. I'll scope out the area. Amasawa, isn't that bag?
Huh.
It's Kento's. The wallet I gave him for his birthday is inside.
Seriously?
No way. I'll ask the clerk what happened. You stay here, Amasawa.
Yes.
Okay. I see. So, no idea where he went?
Yagami-san!
What happened to Kento? Apparently, he was here with a woman in her late 30s who was dressed, immorally.
Huh?
An older woman? They both got dragged into a black car by some guys who looked like Yakuza. They just took off.
No way!
Yagami-san, do you think it was the Neo-Keihin gang? Maybe they grabbed him because he were getting closer to the professor? It's hard to say. Whatever the reason, we need to find Kento-kun. If only we could figure out where they took him.
What should I
Kento,
do?
where did you go? Yagami-san, can you think of some way to find my brother? The only clues he left behind are the bag and the wallet he dropped. Actually, I think we can put those to use. How? Let's just say a good detective always has a tool for the job, and this particular tool has a nose of his own. Huh? Obviously, it's gonna be dog. Oh, where's... Why did you come up from inside the store? Hello?
Let's go.
Oh? You know where he went?
I see.
Ah, Wampo. How could I forget about him? Alright, Wampo, this is your time to shine. Oh, he's so cute. Coopers. Oh, it makes me miss my dog.
That way?
This way, huh?
Where are you going?
Got something?
Don't hit us.
Doing great.
Where are you going?
Got something?
What are you doing? Okay, that was odd. Okay. Are you going to the school?
Doing great.
Kento-kun should be somewhere around here. What is this place? Let go of me, you bastard!
Kento!
Hey, that's Kento's voice. Guess now's not the time to mess with the intercom. Kento-kun!
Yagami-san! Huh?
The fuck do you want? Right, like telling you is gonna change how this goes. I'll take every single one of you on. Bring it! What in the? What's this guy's deal? Let's just kill his ass. Yeah, cause that's not gonna put you in jail for murder. What does everyone just go, let's kill him? And it's like, but you're gonna go to jail for murder. I'm sure you don't want that. Okay. Okay. Let him. Let's go. Kind of hoping someone was going to get scared.
Kento-kun?
Are you all right? Yagami-san, I'm sorry. Let's get out of here. 10,000 SP for that, okay?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sis.
Hey,
Apologies are appreciated, but they aren't explanations. Now, explain yourself.
So
She
actually,
was my sugar mama.
What was that?
I'm sorry, you're what?
so
Well, if a lady wants to date a younger guy and she's willing to spend the money, yeah, no, I get it. Opposite of sugar daddy. That's not what I meant. Turns out she's also seeing this guy who's kinda in the Yakuza. You little idiot.
Hey,
How did you meet her in the first place? Well, I used the professor's site.
huh?
What?
what?
You've been posting there? In that horrible place?
sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really sorry.
What?
I can't believe you. All while we were chasing after the professor? Kento-kun, how long have you been doing this? For like 2 months now? I started pretty soon after I first heard about the site from a friend. I was just reading the site and posting for fun, nothing serious, and then one day got a DM from the professor. It said, I'm well aware of your looks and social skills. You could make some serious spending money doing this, and had a little job description after that.
No way.
So, you got the idea after the professor whispered it in your ear?
Now that you mention it.
Yagami-san, the professor's goal is to make these students become delinquent in some way or other, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure we know who 7 of them are.
Which means.
Well, perhaps that last student is actually Kento?
I guess so.
You know, could be. They're all part of the cultural festival committee. It's definitely Itakura. Everything points to Itakura. Huh? Me?
Yeah.
Yep, and just like that, we have our 8.
Hey,
Well, Amasawa, now that we've got a full list, we can finally work out the professor's motive. You probably could have done that sooner.
Yes.
Yes, I think we're finally ready for some serious sleuthing. Firstly, the professor's motive isn't monetary, so what other motives could we possibly theorize? Let's see, for money, for love, for revenge. There are plenty of potential reasons. Yeah, that's true.
Amasawa.
Hey, Amasawa, what do you think would have happened if we weren't there to set those kids straight? What would have happened? Well, they obviously would have continued their delinquent behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe to say, but it's also very likely that they would have been caught eventually. Every time a crime is repeated, the risk of discovery increases. In all of the cases we looked into, the police would have caught the kids eventually if they took the investigations seriously enough. I suppose that's true.
Which means.
Oh, so in other words,
Yeah.
we can predict the outcome the professor was hoping for. They get caught and punished. Either that or regret it later, but probably caught and punished. There's a good chance they would have gotten caught and punished for their crimes in some way. Yeah, that seems to be the most natural outcome. Most likely sent to an institution of some sort, expelled from school, and possibly even turned into a criminal case. Oh, what if that was the goal? Oh,
In other words.
you're saying the professor's goal is to get those students out of Seiryo by getting them in enough trouble to be expelled or incarcerated?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a theory for now.
I see.
But it does make quite a lot of sense in this scenario.
Amasawa.
Let's see if this line of thought leads us to the professor's identity. We can move on if not. So, what do the 8 people on our list have in common? What indeed? What was the professor's criteria for selecting these students? Hang on, these are... What is it? It's just a coincidence, right?
Kento-kun.
Notice something, Kento-kun?
No.
Well, you were talking about what they might have in common, so I just gave it a thought, and... But there's no way I'm right. I'm terrible at that detective stuff, you know?
Hey,
Kinto, just tell us.
So,
Well, all A students.
so
We
actually...
were on the cultural festival committee. Called it.
What was that?
They were what?
Kaito!
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Yeah, there should be a picture somewhere. Found it. Here. How does your sister not know this? See, all 8 of us. You mean all 9 of you? Yep, it's Itakura.
Really?
It can't be.
No way!
Yagami-san, doesn't this mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. We know someone with the motive for turning these 8 Seiryo students into bad apples.
In other words,
And this theory ties everything we've learned about the professor together into a neat little lead. Technically, she wasn't turning them. She knew they were bad apples. Because they were easy to convince of this stuff. It didn't take really any effort. She just opened the door for them. So, I mean, she knew they weren't really good people to begin with. I don't really blame... I'm not going to say that she made them like that. They were already basically like that. She probably realized that and was like, you know, this is a great way to get revenge on people who betrayed me and made me a laughingstock. And from my understanding, someone in her position on the cultural festival committee, if that failed as badly as it did, that could actually have bad repercussions for her in her future endeavors. So, I mean, she didn't really make him like that. What do you mean? Let's start by summarizing the professor's motive. At this point, it's safe to say revenge.
Yes.
I agree. Revenge sounds like the most fitting motive if the end goal was to get those students expelled or punished. Next up, we've already deduced that the professor has an advanced knowledge of computer programming and networking. Considering the complicated darknet forum, the cheat tool, and the betting site for the Gimbukai, I suspect those skills are what drove Koga to curry favor with the professor to benefit the Neo Keihin gang. Also, that delinquent who went to the girls' bar, Kazuna Ashiwara, had heard something important when he saw Koga. He had called someone a brat after hanging up his phone, who was likely talking to the professor. A brat. Lastly, and this is the big one, there's only one person from the cultural committee who hasn't been caught in any kind of delinquency. Someone who definitely has the motive to seek revenge on the other committee members. And someone with such advanced computer skills, I wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge extended to websites too.
I think we finally know who the professor is.
It's Itakura. It's unfortunate, but she fits the profile to a T.
In other words,
You're right. The professor's true identity is Kotoko Itakura. What? But Itakura. Don't you see? The cultural festival wasn't just a flop for Seiryo High. It was a catastrophic blow to Itakura's ego. It may have been due to her own attitude, but she had to deal with committee members arguing with her, blowing off their duties, and even boycotting meetings. The cultural festival was destined to be a failure with that kind of situation, but she took it so hard that she stopped coming to school entirely. Who would really be surprised to find out she's had a grudge against her former committee members this whole time? I mean, to be fair, it sounds like the committee members are shit people anyways.
Real.
So I don't think it's necessarily just a blow to her ego. I think she knew that they were shitty people to begin with.
Yes.
No way. Not only that, Itakura-san is very proficient with computers. She put together that mystery trick encyclopedia in no time, and it's professional level work. She also tutored Sakura-kun in the robotics club with his programming. But the professor was selling answers to mock exams and stuff on the site, right? And most of the people who wound up being on the site ended up being kind of shady people. You'd had to steal that from the cram school's computers or something. Only a professional hacker could pull that off. About that, there's still something that's been coming to my mind every so often. At first, it was just a curious discovery that didn't mean much of anything. What is it, Amasawa?
Excuse me.
Well, when I had you go undercover at Todoroki's gym, do you remember when Itakura-san found a photo of Fudo Oshikiri in that weekly magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
That being said...
Well, I did some more research on that picture. It turns out the article it appeared in was pulled several years ago due to a legal claim.
What was that?
What?
Yes.
I tried to reverse image searching the photo, but it seems all digital versions of the article were pulled as well. My guess would be the Omi Alliance pressured them into self-censorship at some point. Whatever the case, the fact is that no one should have been able to find that picture unless they somehow accessed the publisher's servers.
In other words...
Or they went to a physical library. So, you think Itakura might actually be that good at hacking?
Yes.
Yes, it's quite likely. Recall how Fudo Oshikiri turned out to be the key to the payback boxer case? What if Itakura-san fed us that information so Oshikiri-kun's crimes would be exposed and he'd face criminal charges? No way. What kind of high schooler would be thinking that far ahead?
That being said...
I just can't believe it. Not yet. Not the Itakura-san I know.
Amasawa.
Well, let's ask her to come meet with us. We should ask her face to face and hope the only thing that comes of it is a good laugh.
Yes.
Agreed. She usually drops by the club room around this time. I'll try reaching out to her.
Amasawa-senpai!
Did you need something?
Oh.
There you are, Itakura. We just had a quick question for you. Won't take long. Nope. What?
Yagami-san!
She can't get away. What? Oh, okay. What the hell? Come on. It's stuck.
No way.
I think she locked us in.
Really?
Wait, did she bring a key with her in case this happened? Grr. Open, damn it! Outsmarted. Oh, it's nighttime all of a sudden? Where is she? Hey, you. A girl just came out of here, right? Kodako Itakura. Itakura-san? Yeah, I saw her. Which way did she go? Out towards the front gate. Outside? Okay. Thank you. Damn it. We can't lose her. See her anywhere?
Yagami-san!
Look! I'm sorry, you don't make people bad by just giving them an opening. The only reason why these people wound up going to Linkway is because they were probably not nice people to begin with. Like, you don't go, let me date an older woman and make a bunch of money if you aren't already kind of like open to that possibility. So she didn't really make them delinquent. I don't. No, Itakura.
Hey,
Kento, I'll take it from here. It's probably best that you don't get involved. Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry, but I don't think Itakura is a bad person. I think the others are bad people.
Itakura.
I think she's manipulative.
running through the courtyard wiped me out. Exercise really isn't my thing.
Will you talk to us now?
Knowing how perceptive you are, I bet you knew what we were going to ask just by looking around the room, right? But no, it's nothing more than a theory. I'd really prefer to learn this was a misunderstanding.
So, Itakura, if we wanted to run our theory by you, would you deny it? Would you?
How weak. Nothing's worse than detectives who don't trust their hunches. Yep. I'm the professor. I'm the one who turned all the cultural committee members into delinquents.
What?
No way. You're kidding me. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Isn't that right, Anasawa-senpai? A real detective faces every truth equally. But why? You seemed like you were finally happy in the MRC. Tell me, why?
It's time to talk. Why did you go through all this effort?
Well, when I first made the website, it was really just because I was bored at home. Eventually, all sorts of people started posting. People venting about their parents or their teachers. People who needed quick money. People craving revenge. And the more advice I gave them to achieve their desires, the more popular I became. Before I really knew it, people had started calling me the professor. Well, why did you meddle with the lives of your cultural committee? Was that for revenge? Revenge? Kinda. I mean, I just figured it'd be easier for me to go back to school if I got rid of all the people I hate. But now, none of that matters.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Professor.
Koga, you're late.
My apologies.
I see now. Her confession was just to buy her time.
Koga, you've really hit rock bottom. So broke that you have to lean on a schoolgirl?
Goodness, you really are unbelievable. I suppose you're only capable of surface-level observations, after all.
What?
She's already a professional-level hacker. We partnered with her because we are genuinely impressed with her talent. We don't think of her as a mere high schooler, like you seem to be doing. Not that I should expect someone as narrow-minded as yourself to see the true value of the professor. After all, a hacker's age is irrelevant to their work. Consider the US Department of Defense. Their website was hacked by a high schooler, and they in turn praised his achievement. Or the recent incident of a 16-year-old netting tens of millions of yen through cryptocurrency. I've even heard of criminal organizations in South America training children to be hackers. This proves my premise. A hacker's age has nothing to do with ability. We intend to nurture her talents for the sake of the Neo Keihin gang, to surpass even our previous efforts.
Koga, tell me, what's your scheme here? I know you weren't turning all these kids rotten without some kind of reason.
We shall utilize the dark web to create the greatest black market ever. The student forum and gambling website were nothing but practice runs for our true vision.
You're making a black market site?
My firm Koga and Company, has been dealing in illicit goods such as firearms for several years now. Unfortunately, the underground economy is already flooded with competition, not to mention your meddling. It's nigh impossible for newcomers such as ourselves to break into a market where there are such dominant powers. However, the dark web is still largely unexplored territory. An entirely untraceable, secure territory at that. Despite these benefits, no one has capitalized on this untapped potential within our country. This means the entirety of online criminal business in all of Japan is ours for the taking.
Itakura, this sound like something you want to do? Help Koga enable violence across the whole country?
I just can't take the horrible cliquishness of it all anymore. Ever since that godforsaken festival. And it's not like it ends with school. I'm trying to fit in at some desk job for the rest of my life. Just the thought of it makes me sick. I refuse to live in constant fear of getting excluded for no reason beyond getting on someone popular's bad side. That's why I've dedicated all my efforts to what's most important in life. The strength to stand alone. Itakura-san.
Well, Professor, let's take our leave.
Please, it's too cold out.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Koga. Let's go. We have plenty of work to do.
Itakura, stop. Are you really sure about this? Joining up with such terrible people?
I've made up my mind.
Yagami-san, I suggest you stop interfering. Unless you want to see what'll happen to the girl if you don't. Yes, just stay right where you are. Heed my words. Pursue us, and the girl gets one right through the skull.
Itakura-san, why?
Yagami-san, what should we do? She wasn't shivering. She was trembling.
What? Excuse me.
What are you talking about, Yagami-san? Never mind. Our next move is to track down Itakura and figure out how to rescue her. Would it really be a rescue, though? She rather seemed to prefer leaving with them. We just have to find her and talk her out of it somehow. Messing around with that gang is only going to end poorly for her. Plus,
Amasawa.
we can't let a member of the MRC go down the wrong path that easily. That'd make me one crappy advisor, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? You're absolutely right. And one more thing. You've forgotten an important point, Amasawa.
After all, a
Truly-
truly artful detective can solve incidents before they even occur, right?
You got me there. We sure have our work cut out for us, though. Let's head back to the club room. I want to talk out our next steps.
Yes.
Alright, sounds good. I mean, she could be being threatened at this point.
Yagami-san!
Where's Itakura? We're not sure. Koga from the Neo Keihin gang took her. What? She got kidnapped?
No.
No, Itakura-san seemed to want to go with them. Wait, what? So, what do we do now? We get to work.
Right.
Wow. I mean, I get it, but how? Where do you think she went? Do you know anything about the Neo-Keihin gang having a hideout?
Nope.
Back when I was investigating the robotics club, I found a spot that seemed like it was theirs. Unfortunately, they probably moved on from there by now. Oh.
But
Luckily, we do have one lead to work with. I actually memorized the license plate of the car that took Itakura.
Huh?
What? You did? That's crazy! Yeah, it was basically out of instinct. Although the police would be the only ones who could do something with it. Should we file a report then? That you saw a minor get kidnapped?
nope.
No, that should be our last resort. Getting the police involved guarantees Itakura ends up in some serious trouble at the end. Ah, that's true. Should we split up and search the town ourselves? We know they have to be based somewhere in Ijincho.
No.
That'd take forever with just the three of us. Ijincho's freaking huge. Good point. Wait, maybe we could actually make it work.
What?
Huh? If we have the car's license plate number, there is one way we might be able to track it down. That's Tsukumo. I know the super hacker, Tsukumo.
It can't be.
Oh, right, Tsukumo-san. Let's ask him to help out. Maybe he can hack into some of the surveillance cameras the police have in town. If he can do that, maybe he can find the car for us? That seems unlikely, even for someone as talented as Tsukumo-san. We're talking about a government authority here. You've got a point. I don't want to see him getting in any trouble either. Besides, I read somewhere that the police only install their cameras along the major roads and pedestrian areas. Since they don't cover the alley or other discrete areas across town, I doubt their surveillance system will do as much good at this point. Perhaps it's worth looking into it as the last resort, but I think it'd be better to consider other options for now. Maybe you're right. In that case, what should we do? Oh, right. There is one thing that might work. We ask everyone to lend us a hand.
What?
Who's everyone exactly? All the students I've met here at Seiryo. Ijincho's definitely too big for the three of us, but not for dozens of people. The numbers are on our side that way. Oh, now there's a way to go about it. Yeah, since we know the car's license plate, we won't have to worry about false IDs either. This could actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time we work together and crack it for good. The power of friendship combines.
Hey guys, sorry to have you come here so late. Like I told you before, the cops can't get involved in this. That's why I need your help.
Sure, but why do you need us, though?
Well, it's to rescue Itakura. Beyond that, though, I can't share the details. Sorry.
Hey, Yagami. This is weird. Beyond a couple of exceptions, everyone here was on the Cultural Festival Committee at the same time as Itakura. And she was the one who we all kinda, you know.
Oh, now that you mention it.
And you've been after this professor person. Is that related to this somehow?
I can't say it's unrelated. I also can't say each of you had no part in the events leading up to this either.
I see. I don't know what's going on, but I knew we'd have to face the music someday.
Same here. And it's always bugged me. I feel terrible that I've never summoned the courage to apologize either.
Yeah, but I was basically just a shadow member on the committee, remember? I only joined in the first place because I drew the short straw.
Yeah, but you still showed up at meetings, at least at first. Even though all you did was eat our snacks.
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, and you gave Kotoko a real attitude, too. In fact, you were one of the first to give her the cold shoulder.
Don't tell me you forgot either.
Did I really?
You sure did. So don't go pretending none of this applies to you.
Guys, I just need you to do one thing for me. I'm gonna give you a license plate number. I want you to search the town high and low for that car. It's a black four-door sedan. And I'm talking about covering the entire town. So we're gonna need serious numbers on this. Ask your friends to lend a hand if you can.
Yagami, don't you worry about it. If you need the help, I'll round up Made in Heaven for you.
Oh, that'd be a huge help.
Yagami-san, you have the Robotics Club support as well. Itokura-san is a highly valued member of the team.
And you know the rabbits would be happy to help if it's for you, Yagami-san. We're out and about so much, we know the city like the back of our hands. We'll find that car no problem.
Thank you, Kitagawa. Nishizono. All right, everyone. Hit me up the moment you see that car.
Understood.
What do you mean Itokura-senpai's missing?
I don't know all the details. Let's just trust Yagami-san on this one. Besides, if one of our own is in danger, then we're all in danger until we mount a rescue.
Yeah, you're right. So, what's the plan, Okitagawa?
We're going to handle this the way we know best. Here's our strategy.
All right, rabbits. Time for us to comb the town. Go! Hop, step, rabbit! Woo!
Huh? A pro? At what?
No. She goes by the Professor.
Huh? That's English, though.
Yeah, sure is. Get with the times.
Oh, you little asshole! How'd you throw that foreign bullshit at me? The Japanese word is sensei!
You're so embarrassing.
Made in Heaven rides again tonight, fellas! Let's fire 'em up! Yeah!
Yagami-san.
All us the Karate Club guys and my girlfriends to help out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but make sure you don't spill all the details of the case to them, okay?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
Yagami-san.
While you two focus your efforts on the crowd support, I'll attempt a different approach. And what would that be? I'm going to reach out to Itakura-san's parents. They might be able to talk some sense into her. No. I see. Although it'll be bad if they get the police involved.
Yes.
Well, I'll be sure to observe her parents' reactions as I speak with them. I'll only proceed if they appear to understand the situation. Alright, that sounds good. Well then. I mean, I personally think it would make more sense. Alright, I think it's time to check out that Neo Keihin Gang hideout I found when I was helping the Robotics Club. Pretty sure it was in the building on East Tsurukame Highway with the Yamakawa Towels sign. Okay. Honestly, I feel like they could just be threatening Itakura because she didn't want to actually work with them originally for the Rabbits case. Excuse me. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're threatening her somehow. It would actually kind of make sense. Goodbye. Later. Okay. Bye. I mean, I just don't believe the whole thing about, well, there were innocent people that were turned bad because of what she did. It's like, no, they sounded like shitty people to begin with. I mean, what's his face is talking about having his quote-unquote girlfriends helping out. I mean, they were obviously led to delinquency in a way that was obvious that, you know. I don't know. It sounds like they kind of just bullied her and she's getting revenge on her bullies. I can't say that everything she did was legal, but I also just don't think that she's out and out bad. I mean, she turned down plenty of things that would have made her a huge profit because, I mean, she didn't want to hurt people, it seemed. Is it this place? No, it's down here. Right, Izaki Road, right? I don't know. I don't like that they framed her as this really bad person. I wouldn't be surprised if she was being threatened by Koga. Looks like the lights are off. Maybe I should take a quick peek inside anyway. Yep, this place is deserted. No surprise there. Gangs usually don't keep their hideouts once they get made, unless they have a good reason. Guess this was a bust. Here you are, Yagami. Koga-san really did call it. I don't really have time to deal with you. Well, we've got our orders, so you'd better get ready to bleed out. Later. Okay. Can we stop trying to block everything? Holy crap. Actually swap stance to this. Later. Do you want to turn around, please? Okay. I was hoping that there was an SP bonus I could have gotten for that, but no, I guess not. Damn, there's no end to them. Oh no. These small fries born here, Yagami-san. Now this is becoming an official pain in the ass. Huh? Who the hell are you?
That bums me out.
Weak sauce, ganging up on a guy like that? Guess you need to learn a lesson or two, huh?
Dumbass.
You motherfuckers. I don't give a shit if you're boxers or pro wrestlers or whatever the fuck. Oh my god, please. I go Todoroki, former OPBF champ, and gonna turn you all into paste.
Coach.
Hey coach, can I jump in too?
Yeah.
Get him, Oshigiri. This is for Yagami. We're all running wild tonight.
Kill him.
Anytime, motherfuckers, kill him. Tear him to goddamn bits. Yeah.
Fight me.
Yagami-san, how about you and me tango? Damn it.
Hey.
Hey, meathead, I'm up first.
Kenya-kun.
What? Kenya-kun? Looking sharp? Guess giving your dad the old 1-2. Only put some hairs on your chest, huh? Where's Pops, anyway? Oh, he's done for. Guess you whooped his ass a little too good, huh? He just gets shit-faced all day, every day now, pissing and moaning about how he lost his wife and kid.
What's that?
My dad is? But hey, none of that matters now that we're all here, does it? I can't believe I get to fight Yagami-san and Kenny-kun today. This is the best day of the year. Bye! What the? You bastard! See you later! I've got to go find your boss! Sorry, everybody, but you've got this from here.
Yeah.
No worries. See you around.
Damn it.
Ugh.
Hey.
Ah, don't be down, meathead. I'm more than enough for you alone. Probably. Now bring it.
Come on.
You ought to watch your mouth, Kenny-kun. Don't blame me if I send you crying to daddy. Whew. Thank goodness for a total Orkini screw. But I'm out of clues. Are you really though? Yushizono? Yeah?
Yagami-san!
Hello, Yagami-san? I found it. The license plate you're looking for.
What was that?
What? Where?
So...
In front of the office complex on Hyake Street. Hyake Alley. There's a shady looking guy outside too. I'll send you a picture. Koga, that means we know where his hideout is?
Excuse me?
I'll keep an eye on him for now. Can you be here soon?
Yeah.
I'll head over there right now. But if it gets dangerous, get out of there immediately. Got it? Let everyone else know you found the car too, okay? Got it. We're gonna have to go through like 8 different little mini things. Alright, time to head out. I hope that this is not gonna take like hours and hours because I have to keep running to like 8 different locations or whatever. Okay. Ow. Ick. Yeah. Why so serious? Don't be so serious. Later. I didn't actually mean to do that, but okay.
And stay down.
That was a pleasant face. Okay, so where do I have to go for this? Crap. Oh, it's actually really close. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I was right there. Let me go ahead and get some of these cheaper skills first. There we go. Almost done collecting all the skills. Oh yeah. Well, the ones that don't require actual effort to unlock. Okay. Okay. You say?
What a waste.
At the wall. Oh, is that the car?
Hey.
Nishizono, Takanashi. Where'd the guy in the sunglasses go? The one from the picture.
So...
Looks like he left someone else in charge and took off somewhere. I see. Okay. I wouldn't want him spotting me from here anyway.
Hey!
Hey, Yagami-san. That room up on the 3rd floor is the only one with lights on. Is that where Kotoko is?
Yeah.
Probably.
Excuse me?
What are you gonna do, Yakumi-san? The third floor, huh? Guess I'll have to sneak in.
Huh?
You're gonna sneak in? Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more convenient that way. He'll probably have to talk things out with her first. I'll probably have to talk things out with her first. Kotoko? Almost I was calling. Sorry.
Hello?
What's up? Hello? Yagami-san? I did some research on Itakura-san's parents.
Amasawa.
Did you find anything? Itakura-san's father passed away in a traffic accident back when she was still a middle schooler. Come to think of it, I remember hearing from Takanashi that Itakura lives just with her mother.
Yes.
Not only that, I also learned her father was a brilliant programmer. He was a network engineer for some high-profile company. And he taught Itakura-san computer programming from a very early age.
I see.
Itakura got her skills from her dad. By the way, what did her mom have to say about her?
Well...
Actually, Yagami-san, her mother is currently hospitalized. Really? Why? Apparently she's rather sickly. She's been hospitalized for a while now.
Huh?
What? Are you serious?
Yes.
When I saw her mother in her weakened state, I couldn't bring myself to talk about the case. No, that's fine. But if she doesn't have any parents at home, that means...
Yes.
She's been all alone for quite some time. I see. Is that... What's up, Amasawa? Sorry, I'll be hanging up now. She hung up. Is she following Koga? Well, thank you both so much for your help. It's getting late. Could you let the other rabbits know they can head home now? Are you going to be okay in there? Yeah, you just get the rabbits off the streets and leave the rest to me. Sure thing. Yagami-san, take good care of Kotoko, okay? Alright, let's get to the third floor. I should start by finding a good climbing spot. Climb here, obviously. Is there an item up here? No, there's not. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not here. Where's Itakura? Yagami-san, sorry for hanging up on you before. I was calling from the hospital where Itakura-san's mother is staying when I noticed some suspicious individuals. I took a quick picture, sending it to you now. No surprise. These guys they're Neo-Keihin gang members, right? Correct? Thank you so much, Amasawa. I'm real busy now, but I'll update you soon. Understood. They're threatening her mother. Not a surprise. What was the Neo-Keihin gang doing at the hospital? Hopefully, Itakura will be willing to explain. Also, hope I don't run into Koga. You know you will. He's the only one you haven't beaten up yet.
Itakura.
Yagami-san, what are you doing here? I'm here to have a talk with you.
What?
You are?
I see.
Well, at least you can still talk, and it doesn't seem like they're restraining you here. Huh?
Hey,
What?
Hey.
Itakura, there's something I've been wanting to ask you. How do you like the MRC and the Robotics Club? What? What are you talking about? Because, if you ask me, I'd say they were downright gratifying to you. I mean, eventually, you seemed genuinely happy working on MRC duties and teaching Sakura-kun programming. I still remember all of us in the Robotics Club getting ramen together, too.
Look here.
What do you actually want? For me to call the guards?
Hey.
Itakura, don't you think you've already taken a huge step forward compared to when you stopped attending school and isolated yourself?
What?
Itakura.
I want the strength to survive on my own. That's totally fine. But you have the option of choosing a different life. That's what I think. That first big step, that takes real courage. But Itakura, I know you have that courage now. You can break through the shell you've built around you.
Oh.
Come back to us.
Come back to Seiryo with me. It's too late for that. What do you mean by that? Itakura? They're threatening her family. Don't tell me. The things you did as the professor, did they really turn out how you wanted?
Oh.
Maybe at first, your goal was to get the rest of the cultural festival committee to drop out. But is that really all it boils down to? You're telling me nobody's been whispering in your ear at the very least?
What?
What are you trying to say? I've got proof. You're being coerced into acting as a professor, at least to some degree.
Apparently, Amasawa took a trip to the hospital that's caring for your mother.
What? How dare she?
And this is a photo she took from outside your mother's room. I believe those guys are with the Neo-Keihin gang. And I know exactly how low they'll stoop. Threats and coercion are just the tip of the iceberg.
What are you saying?
The crimes, the delinquency. Tell me, how much of that was your own idea?
Well, the Neo-Keihin gang's essentially using my mother as a sort of insurance.
Insurance?
She's their ace in the hole should I make any attempts to betray them. But it's not like I'm being directly threatened or something.
You sure about that?
Yagami-san, my working relationship with the gang is not one built on trust. We're both fully aware we're using each other. But it's not like I completely lose out in this arrangement. I'm willing to accept the risks.
So you're saying you actually want to keep all this up?
I told you. I'm building the strength to stand alone. Obviously, that means I don't need your help.
Is that true, though? Aren't you being blackmailed? That's not something you can work out on your own.
Just drop it! Or do I need to call backup? I've made my decision. I'll be fine on my own. So just leave me alone, got it?
I get it. It's your life, so it's your call. I'll leave you to stew on that for a while. But if you ever need my help, all you have to do is tell me. You've got my number? Hit me up and I'll be there.
All right. I get it. Help.
Huh? What'd you just say, Itakura?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Please help.
It's okay, Itakura.
Help me, please. I really am being forced to do this. I can't leave, or they said they'll kill my mom.
Like I said, all you had to do was tell me. Don't worry, I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. I'm active, not voiced. Okay. I'm counting on you, okay, now? I'm counting on you now, okay?
Hey.
Who was that?
Hmm?
Oh, just a friend.
Hey.
So, Itakura, I'll ask you again. How much of this was your idea? All of it. I wanted to get revenge on the committee, just like you deduced. Micah was the first one. She posted that request about wanting to make some easy money. That's when you suggested the sugar baby gig? I taught her everything too. Date plans, identifying good marks to rip off, even exit strategies for when things went south. Did you know the reason Takanashi wanted the money in the first place? No. I had no idea she wanted to cover my tuition. So then what happened? Micah gradually started having more trouble with her targets, and I definitely didn't want her in any danger. So I decided to hire her some protection.
In other words...
And that's when the Neo-Keihin gang showed up.
I suppose.
Yep. They didn't seem to have any other jobs going. They took mine at a really low rate. So after that, everything started escalating, with Koga and his crew. Eventually, they had me contributing to illegal enterprises of all sorts, not just those involving Seiryo students. The Neo-Keihin gang is really something else. When it comes to evil, they never run out of ideas. It's almost like they know how to convert crime into cash. Once Koga and his men got involved, there was enough action that it was only natural for word about the professor to spread around town, let alone Seiryo High.
Hey.
When did the actual coercion start? Not long after I first hired them, I expressed my disapproval towards Koga and his gang's approach to criminal activity, particularly the extreme measures they often take. And I didn't expect that to go over well with them, but I never thought they'd do anything so heinous as take my mother hostage. I realize now I made a deal with the devil, all because of some stupid revenge I thought I deserved. Let's just get out of here for now. Is it safe for me to leave, though? I mean, my mom's.
Hey.
Don't worry. That's already taken care of. She's safe now.
What?
Really? Come on, Itakura. It's time to end this.
Got it.
Okay. I'll trust you, Yagami-san. What was that? Okay. Koga.
Yagami-san!
Looks like we're busted. Not a surprise.
Professor!
What's going on here? I don't believe this aligns with our agreement. You promised me once we assisted you in leading those 8 students astray, you'd shift your focus to our organization's work. You people haven't exactly been sticking to your promises either. Didn't your crew take jobs under my name without permission? Also, I never agreed to take advantage of that robotics expert. We prefer to think of those as examples of flexing our roles in the organization, More importantly, though,
Are you sure?
do you actually not care if something were to happen to your mother?
Oh.
Oh, about that, Koga. You really think you've got the upper hand?
What?
Koga-san, we got a call from our hospital crew. What about? Is something wrong? Sounds like they've started. The police. I'm tired of shit. How long do we gotta keep watch? I'm freaking starving, man. It's ragey.
Ghost?
Ah, ghost!
Ow!
What are they doing here?
Hey.
Hey, what do you want? We meet again. Dead meat. Good thing you're already in the hospital. I'm not holding you back like last time.
Huh?
You were?
Should I make it so every joint in your body bends the other way?
Wonder how long it'll take him to fix everything in you that I'm about to mess up. That look though. Kasai?
Shit.
We're fucked. We're so fucked. That guy's off his nut. Huh? Back up. I'm getting back up. They're not the only ones. Hey, wait for me. Listen up. We're on guard here 24/7 until Yagami finishes off those assholes. Right? Right. Hey, Kasai, what the hell are you doing? It's made in heaven. They've got the hospital locked down. Yeah!
Hey!
Kasai! Kasai! What is it?
Yagami!
What did you do, Yagami? I just went where you led me, Koga.
What?
What's that supposed to mean? Thanks to all the scheming you did while taking advantage of Itakura, I got led all over town, cleaning up your messes and making allies. I don't know what you're referring to. Who you're referring to? Return the professor to me, now. What the fuck? What the hell? How did that happen? Why? What? Nice one, Okitagawa. Looks like we got the stun mechanic working in just in time. Man, is this thing hard to steer? I'm 10 times more impressed with Yagami-san's skills now than I was during the competition.
Kurumazaki.
Look at that, Kurumazaki. The robot you wanted to make actually saved the day.
Yeah.
It was a good design after all. Sorry. Curse you, Yagami! Itakura, shield your eyes.
Oh.
Okay. The hell was that? Ah, my eyes!
How about some
It's Junpei Hanasaki of the Bakuyan Ryu. Got a little present for you. Hot, hot, hot! My eyes! My eyes! Ugh. Let's go. Okay. Shit! Whoever can still move, follow me! I can't run anymore. Yagami-san, what are we going to do? Koga should be on his way.
What?
Koga?
I suppose you drew me away from my crew intentionally. No matter. With one call, they'll be here in moments.
I wouldn't count on that.
What?
Going somewhere, jackass? Well, I think you're staying put till the police get here.
What'd you do? Delay them off somehow?
No backup today, Koga. It's finally over.
Professor, you know how highly I value your skills.
You what?
I genuinely have the utmost respect for you. Please consider the value of our partnership.
So you respected me by taking my mother hostage? Really? Didn't you threaten to taint her IV?
That was simply a momentary lapse of judgment. I needed insurance in case you turned on us.
Are you for real right now?
Please, Professor, consider your situation. Let's say you attempted to re-enter civilian life. Do you think society could put a proper value on you? No. Those odds are slim to none. Hammer the nail that sticks out. That's how society works. A cruel dog-eat-dog world of deceit and sabotage. People masking their true selves every day, all to avoid the wrath of their peers and superiors. And no matter how hard you try to make it unscathed, someone will be waiting for the opportunity to use you. But I'm sure you're more aware of this than most, aren't you? Professor, so long as you attempt to conform to society, you will always feel constrained, even suffocated. However, the Neo-Keihin gang would see you flourish to your full potential, giving you the freedom and strength you desire. And we would be most appreciative of your talents. So, Professor, please, come back into the fold.
No matter what I do, I'm going to have to interact with people. In the back of my mind, I've known that all along. But whether I knew it or not, I kept pretending it wasn't true. Ever since the day I left Seiryo. That is, until Yagami-san told me that I have all the courage I need.
Courage?
So, I've decided. I'm done lying to myself.
Well, Koga, sounds like she's made up her mind. professor's done with you and your gang. And as her advisor, I support her decision. That means she's coming with me, not you.
What a shame. Truly a spoiled brat to the end. I don't know why I bothered trying to reason with you. Your performance is lackluster when you're forced to work. But it seems I have no choice in the matter anymore. Yagami, I'm taking you out right now. And you'll die knowing Kotoko Itokura will work for me until she's dead too.
Finally, you're talking like someone I need to hit.
Die, Yagami!
Oh no, I'm super terrified. How many times do I have to take out these people? Oh god. What the? How did I? Okay. That makes a lot of sense, right? I'm the only one who's not crazy about that, right? What was that? I actually parried his attack while stunned. That made sense. Yeah, bye! Bye, Murata. Okay. Later. So you get for blocking nonstop. Stop blocking. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay. That made sense, right? That totally made sense. I was hitting B or A that whole time. Okay. Ow! Nope. Fighter. Too easy.
Damn you.
Sorry for the holdup, Yagami-san. That Honda dude took us some time.
Oh, looks to me like you're all good here.
Yagami-san! So I guess we really cracked the case, huh?
Yeah.
Yagami-san, what are you gonna do with these guys?
Good question. They might blab about the professor if we turn him into the police, so... Dump him in the sea?
What?
You're joking, right?
No need for the theatrics, Yagami-san. I've already wiped every record of the professor's involvement with the Neo-Keihin gang. You can take them to the police now.
So there's no evidence of the professor left? In that case, it sounds like he's just another urban legend now.
An urban legend?
That's true. I doubt the police would even listen to a story about a high schooler's secret website where wishes were granted. I also doubt you'll find any reliable corroborating witnesses.
So, dumped in the sea, taken to the station. What'll it be, Koga?
It's closed for you, bastard! Damn it!
Oh.
I'm done with Japan! My next empire shall grow overseas!
Is he, planning to swim there or something?
Actually, he did mention once he was in the swimming club in high school. He said he'd spent his entire youth in pools. Hopefully he doesn't wash up on the beach somewhere.
I can't believe he just threw himself in the ocean.
I'll destroy you one day! Just you wait, Yagami!
Thanks for the help, everyone. Finally, we're done.
Kotoko! Thank God you're okay.
Itokura-senpai, let's work together again sometime.
You all know what I did, right? The things I've put you through. I'm sorry. I should. I need to own up to what I've done.
Own up? How do you plan to do that, Itokura-san?
What I've done is absolutely inexcusable. So, that's why I'm quitting Seiryo for good.
No way. If you drop out of Seiryo, what will you do instead?
I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll register at a vocational school and get a job to pay for it. Then I guess get hired by some company, hopefully. It's not like I wouldn't be qualified.
You can't do that! Please, don't quit!
I'm sorry, Sakura.
But Itokura, we'll be so screwed if you leave, and lonely too.
If I don't take responsibility for what I did to you, I'll never be able to get past this.
Hold up.
What?
You don't need to be sorry for what you did. If anything, I'm grateful. It's thanks to you that I was able to get back into racing again. Besides, we're the ones who sent the cultural festival down the tubes by treating you so badly. If you're gonna drop out, then I am too. It's the only fair thing to do.
What? What are you saying?
Yeah, he's got a point, you know. We all played a part in what happened to you. It isn't fair if you're the only one taking the fall. So if you're dropping out of school, so am I. Oh, no, why are you being so stupid again? You're the one being stupid, Kotoko. How is it you don't understand? None of us blame you for our decisions. Besides, are you really gonna throw away everything Yagami-san's done for you?
Takanashi-san's right. If you're only quitting for our sakes, then you should already know this isn't the optimal outcome.
That's right, Itokura. We were just as bad as you. Actually, we were even worse. All we had to do was be honest with you, but instead we just cut you out.
Well, sorry for ditching so many meetings and eating all the chips. And maybe I didn't have the best attitude, so, I mean, you shouldn't quit school.
Itokura-san, look how many friends you have now. Don't you think it'd be best to join them at school?
Really? That would be okay?
Itakura, come on back with us.
You guys.
Aw.
Yagami-san.
Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah.
Looks like we finally solved the case of the Seiryo High Professor.
Yes.
Yes, and even better news. The MRC is stronger than ever, with Itakura-san back in the fold with a brand new lease on life. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Sis?
Maybe she can even handle some of the club duties so Sis can take the back seat for a while, just focus on studying for once in her life. Hey, that's... Oh no, I forgot about the mock exam coming up.
Oh, whatever.
Amasawa-senpai, in that case, would you like me to do some snooping around online? See if I can find the answer keys for you? No thanks. I'd rather not resurrect the professor for this. Plus, I'm still one of the better students here.
Hey.
Actually, maybe you should take her up on her offer. All the other students you'll be going up against have been studying hard, while you've been out chasing cases. I'll be fine. I'm sure of it. Probably. To some extent.
Amasawa.
Cracking a case of good and all, but it'd still be bad news if you went up failing your entrance exams over it. A truly awful detective can solve incidents before they even occur, remember? That's so unfair for you to use in this situation. Well then, Yakumi-san. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, huh? Glad to hear it. Paint seekers. Okay. Does that tell me, like, where all of the scroll things are? Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that Itakura was that bad, considering she was actually, like, turning down high-paying jobs that people offered. Or, like, when the teacher put out the hit on Norizuki, how the professor turned that down. It's obviously not for money. And while I don't agree with the whole revenge aspect, I mean, the other people are not saints in the situation. Her wanting them to kind of suffer a little bit for being shitty people made sense to me. But the whole thing about her wanting to be alone, it was kind of obvious that she was probably being blackmailed, because, I mean, she didn't seem that bad. Okay, let's go and save really quick. I can purchase a few new skills. Got 90k. Was there anything that was super expensive on here that I didn't get yet? Nope. Let's see here. Let's go and grab this one. And this one. Those are the last two I can get from this branch. I'll grab that. And I'm actually going to save up for that one. Okay, let's continue the story.
So, we off to see Mamiya? I'm ready whenever you are.
Yep, let's go.
Alright, let's do this. If your theory is accurate, then Mamiya was involved in both Kawai and Mikoshiba's murders. And even if that's off, we can at least learn more about Kawana-san as a teacher.
Yes?
Hi, it's Yagami. I dropped by with Genda Law the other day.
Not again.
I have just a few more questions I'd like to ask you.
You told me the last visit would be your only one. Seriously, why do you keep showing up here uninvited? Please, just leave me alone.
I suppose I should mention, I'm here today as a detective, not a lawyer.
So what?
And my partner here is Sugiura. He's with an agency called Yokohama 99.
Never heard of him.
He's based in Ijincho. He's working a case. Maybe you saw it on the news? The murder of Seiryo High teacher Yokosawa, killed in her own apartment. You and Sawa-san were classmates in high school, is that correct? After leaving Kurakawa 13 years ago, Sawa-san moved to Ijincho to teach. Are you still there?
What is it you want? I haven't seen Yoko-chan since graduation. Now go. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe you'll remember Kitakata-sensei then. I ran into him at Sawa-sensei's home right before the murder. He was your homeroom teacher at Kurakawa, but resigned after the Mitsuru Kusamoto incident. Just like you, he appears to be connected to Sawa-san.
So why am I being singled out? Can't you just ask someone else?
Believe me, it's a long list. But right now, we're here to find out how Sawa-san got mixed up in all this. You two weren't necessarily on bad terms, were you?
If I had to say, we weren't on the best terms either.
Ah, how convenient. Because that's a perspective I'd like to hear more about as well.
My husband will be home soon. Can you keep it quick?
I'll give it my best shot.
Exactly. Thanks for hearing us out.
Hold on just a moment.
Huh. Wonder what's going on. You don't think she bolted, do you?
Wouldn't count on it.
Should we ring again?
Sorry to keep you waiting. I just wanted to clean up a little.
Calling for backup. 100%.
Is your son home today?
He's at English school right now. I have to pick him up soon.
Doesn't your husband help with any of that? You said he'd be home soon, right?
Excuse me, but you are in no place to make those kinds of comments.
Sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
Well, what is it you want to ask?
I hate her attitude. She's not a saint. She's not innocent. She's a terrible fucking person. And she's trying to live like this rosy life and everything when she was the cause of this guy's coma, basically.
Do you remember Mitsuru Kusamoto?
Yes, we were classmates in high school.
He jumped off the school's roof after his classmate Shinya Kawai bullied him. I hear he's still in a coma, 13 years later.
Weren't you going to ask me about Yoko-chan?
I was, but there seemed to be an awful lot of Kurakawa graduates surrounding this case. And strangely enough, they were all in your class. Kitakata-sensei being the prime example, as well as a guy named Akaike-san. Remember him?
Well, you're right. We were in the same class.
And would you say you're all familiar with Mitsuru Kusamoto's situation?
Yes, but that's not a warm memory for any of us.
I understand. I'm sure it's not. Have you been in contact with Kitakata-sensei lately?
I haven't. He's someone I'd rather not have in my life.
Are you surprised that he stayed in Ijincho after resigning from the school?
No, not really.
How about the fact that now he's using an alias?
I had no clue. But again, he has nothing to do with me.
groping was orchestrated, right?
Excuse you?
When Akihiro Ihara grabbed you on the train, you were in on that, weren't you? The whole thing was a conspiracy, staged to play out as it did.
You need to leave. Right now.
Dude, what gives? No one would even think to consider a predator and his victim could be accomplices. It's unheard of. But if it was to establish a murder alibi, that's another story, considering how much lighter the sentence is. That way, Ihara got away with killing Mikoshiba, paying only a fraction of the price. But as luck would have it, proving it is going to require you to cooperate with us now.
If you don't get out this second, I am calling the police. I mean it.
It took me quite a long time to figure out how you and Ihara were connected. But once I learned Yokosawa attended Kurakawa, it all started falling into place. She was in your homeroom class. She looked after Toshiro Ihara. She was the link to everyone. But just before I could ask her about any of this, she was murdered by a Kamurocho gang. That same gang has been hunting your old teacher, Kitakata-sensei.
What is it you want from me?
Mamiya-san, do you have any idea where Kitakata-sensei could be? He may be Kawana the handyman, but he hasn't answered his work line since Sawa-san's murder.
I don't know. He was my teacher a decade ago. I barely remember his face.
Well, I'm willing to wager Kitakata-sensei still remembers yours. I'll prove it right now.
Oh, God.
See for yourself.
No.
This was recorded at Kurakawa Academy 13 years ago. Feeling nostalgic yet? It was well hidden. Your Kitakata-sensei had it on a USB drive. He really didn't want this thing being seen. The most interesting part is the date. It's the very same day Mitsuru Kusumoto jumped off the school roof. And hanging out in the back, we see you, laughing and cheering right along with the other bullies.
Guess it's safe to say it's a good thing your family wasn't home. Wouldn't exactly want them seeing this, would we?
Has this video come up? Has Kitakata-sensei ever mentioned to you that he had it?
Please. Please delete it.
Considering the angle, I get the feeling that this was recorded in secret. And based on your reaction, did you even know it existed?
You know what happened to Mitsuru-kun. He's been in a coma ever since what you did to him that day. But still, only one of you took the fall. Shinya Kawai took all the blame. Well, sorta, being that he got fired, Kitakata-sensei took heat too. Still, you all just moved right along with your lives. You've even got happy little families. What? Are you expecting someone?
Mamiya-san?
Well, I knew it would happen someday.
What do you mean?
Looks like she wanted some company.
Doesn't even feel the smallest bit remorseful. She's just trying to save her own ass. She doesn't care.
Let's go.
She needs to be buried with the rest of these people. But I mean, she needs to be taken to jail. Because she's awful. Too easy. Fucking joke. Terrible people.
Well, this turned into a shit show.
And would you look at that? Our old friend Akahike-san showed up to play a part. So you are all working together.
What should we do with them? They're the jerks who hurt Tsukumo-kun, right?
Break every finger on their hand, it still won't make you even. Come on, they may have more on the way. I have an old haunt in mind we move this to, and Mamiya-san's coming with.
Huh?
Let's not cause a scene, okay? I'd hate for a finger to slip and post this video.
Should be posted anyways. Fuck her. And her friends. Or former classmates, rather. They're all fucking awful.
Hey, you think this is your personal jail, Yagami? What makes you think you can keep bringing captives here?
Well, it's the safest spot we know. Doesn't it feel good to be such a reliable friend?
Yeah, Higashi, be cool. We won't be around long.
Be cool? You think time's the issue? This is about respect, man.
What's your call? We kicking him out?
Oh, quick bit of news, Higashi-san. Kaito-san got shanked in Yokohama.
What? What the fuck? Kaito Aniki? By who?
You'll know once we're done explaining. Let me introduce you to Mamiya-san first. She called up her friends to come after us just a little bit ago.
Yeah, and I'd do it again.
I don't give a shit about that. What happened to Aniki? You better have paid him back already, Yagami. Fuck those RK assholes. And how could Aniki have let him get to him like that?
Now that Higashi-san's up to speed, should we get to it? I imagine Mamiya-san doesn't want to drag this out.
What do you intend to do with me?
First, you'll tell us everything you know. We'll decide how to deal with you afterward.
Then let's get this over with. What do you want to know?
Let's start with the video. Any thoughts you'd care to share? I found it on a flash drive in Kitakata-sensei's room. Or should I say, Kawana's. I take it that means he's the one who recorded it.
Yes.
That means Kawana already knew back then the rest of you were bullies too?
Yes.
If that's the case, then why was Shinya Kawai the only student thrown under the bus for it? Kawana-san didn't show that tape to anyone else?
We had no idea we were even being taped. We didn't find out about the video, or the reason he sat on it so long until way after graduating.
Why exactly did he sit on it for so long?
Kitakata-sensei said he kept it so he could teach us for the rest of our lives.
What?
If that video came out at the time of the incident, I'm sure life would have been hard for us then. After all, Kawai was exposed online, and that would mean millions of yen in compensation for damages.
Yeah, but you guys could have wound up in the same boat.
No. At most we would have come across as dumb kids he roped into helping him. We might have caught some flack, but people would chalk it up to kids and their cliques and move on. But that's only how I would have gone if it had come out while we were still teenagers.
You're saying circumstances are different now?
I have a child now. A husband, an upscale apartment. If the world sees that tape now, I'll lose it all. And what do you think would happen to my son? The son of a woman who drove a kid to attempt suicide. His life would be ruined. Reporting is more than kids being cruel. Mitsuru jumped from the school roof that very night and is still in a coma today.
I told you to take it.
I get it. You have that much more to lose now than when you were a kid.
Same for all my classmates. Kurokawa Academy is a prestigious school, after all. Most graduates go off to great universities and land high-paying jobs. One started his own company, Others have families.
And they're all in your position too, huh? If that video gets out, they lose everything.
Exactly. Do you get it now? He waited for all of us to get what we wanted in life, just so he could threaten to take it all away. And when that time came, he started contacting us. Every student you see in that video.
When was the first time Kawana approached you?
5 years ago. I was out on a walk with my son, when he came strolling up out of the blue. At first, I barely recognized him. His eyes were so hollow. Then, without so much as a word, he took out his phone and played that video. He's a psychopath!
Well, all you kids tormenting Mitsuru looked pretty psychopathic to me.
And you're so perfect. An angel who never once acted out of line. Never lashed out at someone weaker than you, or sided with the group to shut someone out. Everyone does it! We were just lucky enough to have some creep tape us, picking on some kid who couldn't take it. Why did this have to happen to me?
I'd say it's because bad things happen to bad people. You'll sling your barbs from a safe distance, but once you're on the other side of it, you curl up and play victim.
You said it was 5 years ago that Kawana showed you the video? Reminds me of something Shirosaki-sensei was looking into.
What?
There was this guy. I think his name was Shinya Kawai. Something about him getting snatched off the streets about 5 years back.
Then it was you guys. You're the ones who abducted him in Kamurocho and murdered him.
No! It wasn't us! We could never do something like that!
Wasn't us, huh? So you're not denying he was murdered after all? Who was it then?
All Sensei told us was to find Kawai somewhere in Kamurocho, and bring him back with us, no matter what it took.
Did Kawana tell you what he wanted with him?
He needs to be there when you all beg for forgiveness. Is all he said. And if we refused, he'd leak the video. So we all went to see Kawai, but he wanted nothing to do with Sensei. Considering he'd cost him everything, that came as no surprise.
But doing nothing would cost the rest of you everything too.
Yes. So we had to force him into our van. After he put up a fight.
Yeah, that lines up with what the local eyewitnesses said. So then what happened? Nobody's heard from the guy since.
We were directed to bring him to a wharf in Yokohama. And that's where we begged for forgiveness. After that, he said we were free to go. All except Kawai.
So you left him there alone with Kawana?
We had to. The day after, I got a message on my phone from Sensei.
What did it say?
Nothing. There was only a video. It was of all of us, pushing Kawai into the van. Turns out he recorded what we did in the city. You can see all our faces so clearly. How we covered Kawai's mouth as he screamed for help. Even if you know all the backstory, the video is a clear-cut abduction. As I was watching it the first time, another message came in. This time, a picture. When I saw it, I just went cold. That's when I knew I would never be able to escape him. It was a picture of Kawai. Dead. Anyone who saw those messages would think we killed him after shoving him into the van.
And that's how he got his real leverage on his former students.
Since then, we've been at his beck and call. No matter what he tells us to do, we wouldn't dare refuse him.
He's giving you orders?
That man! He forces us to help him. He makes us accomplices to murder.
Murder?
What the hell? Murder who, exactly?
Any bullies involved in suicides. That's who Sensei's got it in for. Anyone he could find across the country. He doesn't even care how old the case is. If a student commits suicide, and bullying is suspected as the cause, he'll turn up. As far as I know, counting Kawai, I think he's killed at least 7 people.
7? How's he doing this?
So his idea of justice is killing bullies? Across the entire country?
He said that's the only way we can atone. Anyone who drives someone to suicide must always face justice. Until society comes to terms with this, he says we'll keep getting our hands dirty. That way, we might be able to save the next few Mitsurus before it's too late for them.
Not sure I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of rooting for this guy now.
Yeah, let's not.
So was the murder of Hiro Mikoshiba part of that agenda? We know Mikoshiba drove Ihara-san to suicide 4 years prior. That has to be why Kawana let Ihara murder him, and how you found your role in establishing his alibi.
Not just me. Grabbing Mikoshiba required a good number of people. All the people who pinned Ihara down. And even the ones who filmed it, they were working for Sensei.
So that's how it went down.
We had an unspoken agreement that we wouldn't directly take part in any killing. He just makes us his accomplices somehow. Like luring a target or digging a hole for a body. But the one thing we can't ever do is turn him down. If we do, he'll send his video of us abducting Kawai to the police. And then Kawai's body will turn up with our fingerprints all over his corpse. And we know that because he's hidden Kawai's corpse in a freezer somewhere.
He's preserving one of his murder victims?
So as long as he has that, you're wrapped around his finger.
Sounds to me like Kawana's had one thing on his mind for 13 years. Sitting on that video and becoming an Ijincho handyman was all in service of his real motive, killing off bullies. He's dragged all his former students into this hell, until the day it destroys every single one of you.
Is today that day?
We'll see. I'm still curious about a few things though, if you don't mind.
What?
There are these scumbags chasing down Kawana called RK. What part did they play? Strangely enough, they never came up once during your confession. So tell me, why'd they come for Yokosawa?
That I don't know for certain. But Sensei did reach out to Yoko-chan about 6 months ago over the phone. He was asking her about the suicide at Seiryo High.
The suicide at Seiryo High? You must be talking about Toshiro Ehara.
The lawsuit played out like no bullying took place, right? That the school wasn't responsible. But Yoko-chan was a teacher there, and Sensei was able to get the truth out of her.
How'd he do that? What did he say?
From Yoko-chan's perspective, she and Sensei were both just teachers dealing with students attempting suicide. I think that's why she let her guard down and told them everything. After learning the truth, Sensei believed Mikoshiba needed to be held accountable.
So if Sawa-sensei hadn't talked to him, Ihara wouldn't have gotten involved? And none of this would be happening in Ijincho?
Possibly.
No, this isn't right. Sawa-sensei didn't know Kawana's identity or his objectives. She thought she was just talking through her problems with a sympathetic ex-teacher. At the very least, she sure as hell didn't deserve to die for that.
It's not like we're the ones who did it.
Who is it?
Block number. Hello?
Yo, know who this is, Yagami?
Kawana?
Yeah. I heard you're looking for me.
Where are you?
I'm willing to meet you now if you come alone. But you have to let Mamiya go in exchange.
What?
Alright. She's free as soon as I see you.
Works for me. Then come on down to your office. I thought I'd let myself in.
What?
Gotta say, this chair's pretty comfy.
Pretty sure I locked up behind me when I left.
Listen, I'll only meet you alone. No one else. And don't make me wait long, or I could change my mind.
He told me to meet him alone. You can let Mamiya-san go once I confirm he's there.
You gonna be alright by yourself?
Well, he already knows Mamiya-san's with us. I'm guessing he was watching us from somewhere. And I can't afford to do anything that would piss him off enough to make him disappear.
Got it.
Oh, we'll take care of this end of it. Shouldn't you move your ass?
God, just trying so hard to play the victim when she's an awful person. She doesn't seem to feel bad about her bullying at all. None of them seem to feel bad about that. If they felt remorseful, instead of kidnapping Kawaii or helping to kidnap or abduct Kawaii, not kidnap, they would have just like, just put the stuff out there. But they don't care. They really don't seem to care. If she had been like, we should just come clean. We should, like, get punished for the bad things we did. We should own up to it. I'd be like, okay, that makes... I'm going to be sympathetic when Kawana is trying to blackmail you all. But no, you legit help Kawaii, or you already helped Kawana kill Kawaii. And you don't seem to feel bad about that either. You only feel bad that you're being blackmailed now. Like, none of her story came off as her feeling remorseful for being a bully. If anything, she's just trying to save her own ass. Ugh, she disgusts me. Let me guess, Yagami is going to be attacked by somebody. Later. Easy. Oh yeah, I forgot that I got the experience buff. Okay, so here, grab that one. I can't afford anything else. Oh, only 2 more skills on that tree anyways. Okay. I would consider doing the dating stuff, but honestly, I just don't care enough. The only person I was wanting to really do any of the romance stuff was the school nurse, but at this point, I kind of just want to finish the story.
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting, so I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. I was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind, she asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawai started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawai forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawai and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far, you put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusamoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School? Toshiro Ehara.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba. The police are a pain in the ass, but when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa-kun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Liumang to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. Yue Mamiya. They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yue Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah. Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? It doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay. Then I'll meet you right now. That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out. While you still can.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that. You won't get away.
I can see this one being kind of difficult. No, I don't. I've also got a lot of stamina, or HP, whatever. Oh, come on! That should have worked. Lame. Are you leading me into a trap? Probably. I'm probably being led into a trap. With our recovery item. Okay, so I probably had to dodge into the... Yep, into the track. Burp. How is he so far ahead of me? That's what I want to know. How are you so far ahead of me? Hey, it's where I was talking the horse race detective from the first game. No. It's a lot more fun taking you down anyways. Nope. Yeah, he's not going to stop until he's by champion district or whatever, probably. Because he's probably leading me into some sort of trap, I'm sure. They could have ended that a lot sooner, you know.
Yeah. Catch you later. Oh, damn it. Get back here.
What the? Where'd he go?
Kawana!
You guys again. You really need the masks? Come on, Kurakawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
But Sensei, you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akayuki?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then. Time to learn your lesson!
Come on. What kind of lesson is this?
I'm saving him for last, or I'm going to try to. Nope. Nope, you're last. Or not. What? I'm stunned. Hold on. You know, at this point, I can actually change my gear. I thought a chest piece, but I guess not. That one. With that. And that's fine. Later. Too easy. The coinage is random way. That's all. Now color voice.
Kawana? Oh no, Kawana! Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san. Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?